Yo, what's up, guys? It's the Insane Game Freak here, back at it again with another movie review. TSS, what movie are we reviewing today?
Sure, we are reviewing Gekijoban Pokémon Best Wish Kyurem vs Seikenshi Keldeo, or Pokémonsters Best Wishes, the theatrical presentation Kyurem versus the Sacred Swordsman Keldeo.
Y'all
don't do this again.
You guys are kids. Come on, this isn't even the first time you've heard him say it already.
Well, he sounds like Iris now.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
We're riding the blimps.
Nah.
Oh,
Terrell, give us the English title, please.
Pokemon the movie, Kyurem versus the Sword of Justice. I wonder who that is. This also, I feel like this is like the worst time to review this film, considering all the drama that's involving a particular voice actor involved in this film.
We gotta talk
Yeah,
about
but we
this.
watched it in Japanese, so it doesn't matter.
Did you actually watch it in Japanese, Tyrone?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
KG sent me a link to watch all of them in Japanese.
Oh. Why didn't I get that link? The
Why
fuck?
didn't I get it?
Fucking Jesus.
Did you guys ever ask?
When did Tyrone ask?
Oh, like
Because
about
I made a-
2 years ago,
I
I think.
no,
2
no,
years?
Years.
What?
No, I made a
How was I
comment.
supposed to know?
I made a comment about how I only watched the English versions because I didn't want to, because they were the only ones I can access at the time. KG then heard me, sent the link over, and at that point I was able to watch them all in Japanese. I think he put it in the actual Discord chat with all of us in it. I think I'm just the only one that complained about it at the time, so I'm the only one that took the link and copy and pasted it.
Oh, all right. This is
So it's
I'll have to
somewhere
do
in
some
the
digging.
chat. Yeah, it's somewhere in the chat if you
this is
dig.
besides the point. So for those in the stream, you get to interact with us while we're doing this. For those who are watching the playback, follow me on Twitch. I guess we need to go through introductions again. I say again, but you guys don't. You know what? Never mind. Hey, Tyrone, how are you, buddy?
I am all set. I'm ready to review this movie about the epic tales of My Little Pony.
Okay. Hey, Richie. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. We're finally here. Finally.
KG, are you a brony or a furry?
What?
Oh,
What?
Well, technically, Ruby did go through those phases as both the wolf and the horse. So,
Woo.
I guess both.
What?
Yeah, Ruby
Oh,
actually
what?
did have a pony design, if you didn't know.
I'm
By the
very-
way, yeah. By the way, I'll mention this Orange Sword. Yes, I know you also sent me the link as well. You sent me the link, but I believe KG sent me the link first to all the Japanese movies. So, yes,
Orange,
thank you
hook
to
me
Orange
up.
Sword.
Well, Oren, if you want to link it, then that's fine. Just send it to me through Twitter.
Yeah.
What am I missing? Oh, TSS. Hi.
I mean,
I'm doing all right. Terrell, how you doing, man?
It's been a weird day so far, but it seems like it's getting better. So we're gonna power on through here.
let's hope your router gets
It's
the
all
memo.
good. It's all good.
So yes, it's another sausage
Very
fest, except KG's pink. So I guess we'll count that as much as you want to.
Wait, what?
Sprinkling of
Madness.
feminism.
and with that being said, Tara, please tell us the plot of the film. 'Cause we want to know.
Pokemon the movie. Pokemon the movie, Kyurem versus the Sword of Justice.
You said that
begins
already.
With, I just wanted to start off officially. Anyway, it begins with Keldeo, and Keldeo is training with the Swords of Justice, Terrakion, Virizion, and Cobalion, and basically they're teaching him, and he's learning. And this is all taking place in a flashback because his ultimate goal is to become the Sword of Justice, and he never shuts up about it. But you know, the movie gets to the point of it. In order to become a Sword of Justice, you have to officially fight off against the Pokemon Kyurem. Keldeo fights off against Kyurem, but ends up getting his butt handed to him because he takes on more than he can chew. He runs away. When he runs away, Kyurem gets pissed, and it's basically a pursuit for Keldeo because he hasn't finished the challenge. Once then Keldeo ends up meeting up with our heroes. Because of this, they take him to get healed up. And then the mission after that is very clear. Get Keldeo back to the battlefield so that he can fight off against Kyurem. But Keldeo is having second thoughts. He's thinking about Terrakion, Cobalion, and Virizion's teachings. He lost his horn because of the battle, so he's having all these second thoughts, but he's trying to look brave in front of everybody else. Ash has a pep talk with him. He ends up fighting off against Kyurem in a one-on-one battle. The ending results of the battle, though, cause the Pokemon almost some harm, so Virizion, Terrakion, and Cobalion come in to help. After they're unfrozen, Keldeo ends up getting his Resolute form, saves everybody, becomes an official Sword of Justice, and the movie is over.
So,
sorry, it's kind of short. They get straight to the point.
That was very short. Fuck.
So
they get straight to the point.
I feel like there are some jokes we need to address before moving on with personal thoughts. First off, Virizion is the leading provider of the swords of the swords of justice.
Virizion Wireless.
I was waiting for the shit.
Virizion Wireless.
Yeah.
Someone please.
When they named a Pokemon Virizion, I was just my mind immediately was like, "Why did they name a Pokemon Verizon?"
And Tyrone's like, "I prefer cricket," and you're like, "Bitch."
What?
No, because you gotta remember, Virizion
Yes, it is.
also provides the fiber, except if you live in Boston.
Or if you don't live up there in the north, then you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah,
life
probably.
is hard.
The fiber, like yeah.
Also, side note,
oh my goodness.
the other joke
It's the
we
legendary
missed.
Pokemon. It's the legendary Pokemon T-Mobile.
Oh god.
All right.
We've
Well,
lost it.
Terrakion is T-Mobile, has the same color.
Yeah.
No.
The other thing.
Keldeo.
The other thing.
Yeah, it looks like a Nokia phone. That's right.
This movie's nothing but advertising.
Oh no!
It's nothing but
It's the
advertising.
same color as Nokia.
Oh no!
Meanwhile,
all right.
Cobalion coming out here with Sprint like y'all.
Y'all some
Y'all some
bitches.
garbage.
Y'all some bitches. Side note, also, when Cobalion came out of the ice, Keldeo, I was frozen today.
Today.
Jesus.
Okay, I'm done.
I love this film.
Oh goodness.
I like the first. I like the first one better.
So
Yeah, it's a fun film.
it's very no bullshit.
Yeah, that's exactly my thoughts. No bullshit, gets right to the point.
This is the
No
most
film.
trim the fat Pokemon movie
That's
I've
why I
ever
love this
seen.
movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess where do we? It's weird. There's not a lot to talk about because there's not a lot.
There is something to talk about.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, there is.
First
I mean,
of
well,
all-
no,
first
I'm
of
not
all,
saying we have things to talk. I'm just saying this isn't gonna be. It's probably not gonna be as long as our normal
It's
reviews.
not gonna be long. But I want to note one thing. Like 1 minute into the film, you kind of see Satoshi doing the Michael Jackson lean a little bit
Oh
during the intro.
no. I was waiting for
Oh
this.
yeah, the smooth criminal.
Yeah, so criminal lean.
Someone's gonna play it in the background. I already know.
I like Iris's relevance to the plot too.
Oh, because of her knowledge of dragon types and that she was told about Kyurem in the village.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. It's the first time I feel like a side character has actually provided a lot to the plot.
Where in the main series of Best Wishes this takes place? Because he already has Stunfisk.
During the Bien Era or Yajiru Shinate phase, which would be like later on.
Wasn't that season 2? Like after he completed
Season
getting all
2,
8
yeah.
badges?
Yeah, that was,
Yep.
Yeah, but I say I think it was
Being
right.
an arrow, yeah.
I thought it was right
Before
before
the
the
Pokemon
league. Yeah, it was
League,
before
but
the league.
yeah.
Yeah, because everyone's team is pretty much decked out to where they were at
Yeah.
for the remainder of the series, except for a few other changes that'll happen later.
So Ash is competing. So this is before or after he competed in the World Tournament.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, I
What?
guess
No one answered it. Is it before? Oh, it's after. Okay.
it's after. It's after. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
And actually, speaking of that, I do like his usage of Pokemon. They're used actually pretty frequently in this film.
Yeah.
Silent using the Stunfisk and Crustle to move the train and defend against the Cryogonal.
Also,
Yeah.
also
Ash
I like
riding
how
it. Yeah,
Go ahead,
riding on
sorry.
Boldor.
Go ahead.
I appreciate my rock type usage because I feel like that's an unappreciated type in the films.
That's what I love about this film. It's that nobody was in the background. Like everybody
no
had
child
their,
was left behind.
Yeah, basically everybody had their
Really,
time
Rich?
of shine.
Well, I do like the fact that Dent is an Ekiben connoisseur or a trained bento.
I knew it was coming up. I knew as soon as I saw it in the movie, I was like, "That's TSS. TSS is gonna be the one that brings it up." He's a
Well,
trained
yeah.
connoisseur. He's a train connoisseur.
Because they specifically say we have 3 minutes to get our Ekiben. Let's go. Because the train was stopping at the station for 3 minutes.
Nice.
And then the way he ends up helping out is riding like a I don't know. It's not really a train. It's like a remote, like a train
it's like
car.
a remote train sort of.
It's a maintenance of way vehicle.
Yeah.
So caboose.
So I like how it ties in with his quirkiness and his love of trains.
It's like a maintenance of way vehicle. It's just a general vehicle. It's not like a catenary thing. It's just a maintenance of way vehicle.
See, if I had the more time or money, I would just animate segments for each of you because I feel like there's it's always like the random factoid of the day with TSS, or the or the Poke synopsis with Tyrone. But that's a whole nother thing.
For another day.
I guess we should since we're already on the topic of it with Iris and Silent and the Pokemon usage in general. Is this like the most threatening legendary we've had in a film in a while?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't
lose. Waste any time. He just wants to.
Well, no, think about it.
He wants to freeze everything.
Well, think about it. As soon as we're introduced to Ash and the crew, and like maybe 5 minutes into the film, they run into Keldeo, and in like another second, this motherfucker just jumps on a train, and he's like,
"Sup,
bitches?" And it's like, oh. That's kind of film this is gonna be.
That's Kyurem.
Yeah, because it's like he's like, I come to fight this guy. I'm not gonna care about the damage that I'm gonna cause in between all.
Oh yeah,
this
he doesn't give a fuck.
As long as I get my mission done, I'm gonna kill him.
He's like, he challenged me, and the challenge must end.
Well, technically, yeah. If you think about it, it is kind of Keldeo's fault for dragging everybody else.
Yeah, it's Keldeo's fault for leaving in the middle of the challenge.
Movie won't blame him for that.
But Kyurem this man is dedicated to the rules. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's what I love about this Kyurem in this film.
Like Kyurem it's not even a matter of good or evil. He just wants to finish what was started.
Bruh,
well, my thing with you're going all the way, you know.
my thing with Kyurem is it uses like random sound effects, like the sound effect of a GE90 turbine off of a freaking Boeing 777, or a freaking like random alarm that you would find at a freaking like random office building when it tries to change the form.
To be fair, that's what I would have expected anyway.
I like how Kyurem has a mob too, like these fucking cryogonals coming out.
Hear me and my son.
That also is kind of a weird choice of a Pokemon that like not protects him, but rides with him.
Well, I guess because I guess you would say it's a symbiotic relationship. You know, they help him. He provides them with the frozen temperature they need because Kyurem reaches temperatures of like negative 400. Even though
his Kyurem base form is ice type, isn't he?
Yeah, it's just ice and dragon. I think all his types are ice and dragon, no matter what form he's in. He can just use the other attacks when he changes to the other forms, which
it's kind of broken.
I guess should we talk about his other forms because they just sort of come and go.
Yeah, it's like he changed from like white to black Kyurem. Like what the fuck?
And he's so casual with it. He does it constantly throughout the film, and he's just like, all right,
He's used to it at this
I'm just
point.
gonna shoot some fire at you. I'm gonna shock you, and then I'll freeze you. All right, it's a good day. And it's like, what? And I know at this point, this takes place after Black 2 and White 2 are probably released or about to be released.
Yeah.
So So that's 2012. So yeah.
But I swear, I think this is he the only legendary not to lose in his like fights? Like he never loses in this movie.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Not really. Yeah.
Nope, because he's the GOAT.
That actually is probably one of the other surprises I really enjoyed about this film. This film didn't just go, oh, well, Keldeo has his big ass horn now. His what's it called?
His Resolute form.
Yeah, his Resolute form. They didn't just give him the win for that.
No, for Kyurem, he only requested for a fight. He didn't request for the fight to actually, reach a conclusion. He just wanted a good fight through and through, And I think that's what he got by the end of the film.
Yeah.
It took Kyurem about a full hour to get what he wanted.
He was more pissed that Keldeo ran away from the fight rather than the fact that you know, there was a win or a loss.
Right.
And to be honest, this film doesn't have, you know, it has a very good flow. It's like there's no filler. I mean, there really is no filler.
Yeah.
All the scenes.
Like even Team Rocket, they show up in the movie, but they're just incognito and they look around.
They're just they're cameos.
Yeah, that's the crazy part about it.
Yeah, that is weird. Cameos. I'm not used to them being cameos, so I was like,
but I think it's also because they were setting up for the Team Rocket
hell no.
arc.
This is how I felt about Best Wishes, the early parts of Best Wishes in general. When Team Rocket wasn't around, I was like, yeah, this is nice. Them not having to use them as a plot device to get evolutions and character development, just actually having the story stand on its own two legs and writing and whatnot. Yeah, I like this.
In this case.
And then fucking the Chlor Islands ruined everything. That's a whole nother issue.
We don't do Saga reviews, so we'll be fine with that.
I guess to touch on the usefulness of Iris and Dent specifically, because I mean you can tell the whole theme of this film is what it means to become. Well, yeah, teamwork. It's the importance of your friends. The fact that Kyurem was like, even though you lost to me, it's partially because you chose to defend your friends versus attacking me with your sword. Pretty much meaning you learn the value and what's important. Even though
Keldeo, I love about Kyurem.
Kyurem was no bullshit whatsoever, man.
Yeah, I like that there's multiple layers to Kyurem, yeah.
Do we? So I guess that brings up a question. Are we cool with the fact that like every Pokemon in this film talks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
Bother me.
I know we fluctuate with this sometimes. That's the only reason why I asked.
It wasn't annoying.
Because why we're okay with this?
Because there is no freaking verbal tics in this fucking movie. Fantastic.
No, I was not only gonna say that. I was saying the best part about this film is that there are no additional characters. It's only strictly with Pokemon.
It's also, but it's weird because I'm not used to it.
It'd be very like the reason that all the Pokemon talking it doesn't bother me this time around is because like it'd be very awkward for this movie, especially not just because it's short, because the movie's mostly about Keldeo, Virizion, Terrakion, and Cobalion. It'd be kind of awkward if they didn't say anything. Because then plus the movie happens so quickly we wouldn't be able to absorb what's going on. So I've always taken it as like telepathy amongst themselves, and Ash and the others are just suggesting what they said.
Yeah.
So I guess the next thing to address, I guess what is next? Do we
the music?
Is that
because I want to talk about the music
first?
You
go for the music.
I was gonna go for Keldeo's relationship with the others, with the other Swords of Justice.
My favorite song is the one when they're being chased by Kyurem in the city, like that dark. And also there comes points if you listen to the actual song itself, like the original ones from the OST. There's like a song I believe that just is so happy and happy-go-lucky and all that, and then suddenly it transitions to that dark theme of like this giant monster about to slowly reach you. It's so good. I love how that works with the film. It adds an extra layer to what is already fun to watch
and good.
Yeah, and a lot of the songs that you hear even nowadays, it's mainly ripped out of the Kyurem OST.
Because the OST is the GOAT.
Yeah. So a majority of the songs that you hear, like in Mega Evolutions or like within the Z Moves segments, like they're mainly
movie 18. Well, this is probably a spoiler. And I apologize, but movie 18 remix this shit. That's how good it is.
Yeah. That's my take on the music. Also, I guess I forgot to mention the theme song of Memories, I believe is the name of it for the Japanese version. One of my favorite movie theme songs.
I think it was okay. It was definitely better than any of the M14 stuff. I enjoyed it.
I'm specifically talking about the Best Wishes series. I still think this is last place. My first place goes to another film we'll talk later. But I really still had a good time with this movie theme song as well. It's a different take from what we've had in the past.
Right.
That's all I gotta say about the music. If you love music and you love OST, all that kind of good stuff, give it a listen. Even the Pokemon anime agrees because they use the living hell out of the OST to actually use in the anime series. So
nice,
GG.
All I guess we should talk about Keldeo, since we mentioned. Wow. We've mentioned him briefly anyway. Did y'all think his journey? I probably would say this is probably the most satisfying of an arc we've had with a title Pokemon in a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although to give, I mean, not to downplay some of the other ones. Like I think Victini was still done well in its own right, but it just
this one felt more satisfying to see the ending.
Well, yeah, because like the whole film is
effective.
about Keldeo. Like it almost feels like it's weird in a way. You could argue Ash is a background character.
They
Yes.
are.
They are.
I think what also helps too is that there's no city or location that's built around this Pokemon. It's just these are wild Pokemon. They don't have anything extremely special that people have to dedicate a statue or say that this Pokemon appears every 1,000 years when chaos happens.
Yeah.
It's a wild Pokemon that just so happens to encounter Ash and the gang, and they end up sharing an adventure for a good hour or so.
I like that Keldeo's horn is broken throughout most of the movie to kind of be a visual reminder that it's just symbolism. It's a scar not just on the outside but on the inside for Keldeo. That's that's the main thing that's holding him back from fighting Kyurem again is like not only my horn broke, but the trauma of losing.
Yeah, because you could definitely see, he has flashbacks.
Yeah.
And, you could see that he completely he has anxiety attacks.
I think my favorite scene is probably the scene where Ash and him are about to walk into Kyurem's lair, and that's when he has another panic attack, and he's like, I can't, and Ash is like, oh, it's cool, we got it, and he runs in there and he starts trying to break the ice. We get to see Pignite and Boldore and everything. And then he gets attacked again, and then Keldeo comes in to save him, and Ash has this look like, "Oh, I knew you were coming," and Keldeo's like, it's that moment where you realize that Ash had like an inherent faith in Keldeo, and Keldeo just realized it in that moment. I was like, all right, Ash is probably I've enjoyed this interpretation of Ash so far. Like,
it's a good show, not tell.
He knows how to rely on others. Like he doesn't say he's not charging in like all willy-nilly without thinking of a plan. He actually put so much faith into his Pokemon and even to the legendaries themselves to come in when they need to come in, and it worked. It really worked well. And this wasn't just only for this film too. It was for even the one prior to this one, being a Victini too in some moments as well.
Which is weird because the Victini movie also kind of suffered from the fact that Ash was pretty childish because they were going off of how he acted in Best Wishes. Whereas here, it's more of
they don't do that.
Yeah, it's almost, I don't know how to describe what version of Ash this is because this isn't really Best Wishes.
Season 2 Ash.
Well, probably he got hit in the pipe that he used to freaking break the ice. And then he got his memory back.
Bro, that pipe.
Realizing
he was trying to lay down some pipe on Virizion. That's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
The hell are you doing, Taro?
The pipe noise.
The pipe noise.
The pipe noise. What the hell is the pipe noise?
The pipe
noise the pipe makes when it hits against a hard surface.
Taro, let me ask you a question.
The smoke alarm.
Taro, do you have a pipe in your vicinity near you?
Well, no, not now.
Okay.
Not now.
Oh,
not now.
Not now.
He has to go to the streets of Rage.
We should have asked Richie. Richie had some pipe earlier this week.
Oh my goodness.
What?
I probably have pipe cleaners, but not a pipe.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what you say? Oh my goodness, Richie, you had it. You had it all the pipe.
That ain't true.
He's fucking selfish, y'all.
Mario has the pipe.
Mine.
Relax. Wow, Richie, that sounded really weird considering we know the context of that joke. So, don't say it like that. That's like Smeagol.
Mine.
That's like Smeagol shit. Don't do that.
Wow.
It's the precious. It's my precious, bitch. Oh no.
Richie's gonna fall in a volcano for it.
Oh.
I'm done for everyone's sins.
So after he loses all of his hair and beautiful
Right.
physical attributes, he just is like a fucking disgusting troll, and then he'll die.
Yeah.
See, kids, being selfish doesn't get you anywhere.
No, it does not.
It does give you good chuckles.
What were we talking about? Pokemon?
Yeah.
I also appreciated the abandoned transit museum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because
There's a lot of cool elements in this film.
I'm also trying to remind myself, is this... I feel like the area that Kyurem is in, is it similar to where he is in the games?
I can't remember where he is in the game.
I know, that's what was bugging me. I don't remember.
No, it's a cave that he's in the video.
But, yeah, it's a cave.
Looks more like an abandoned warehouse.
Yeah.
But it's still in a cave, to be fair.
Yeah, it is.
Well, yeah.
You know what?
It's like an abandoned like layer.
You know what?
It looks like we're like.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it looks like we're like, you know how mine carts would travel back and forth to certain areas. They go in the cave,
Like a shaft?
but there's like a cart rail where the mine carts would go in.
Ironically
and out.
enough, you know what this does remind me of though? Where
What?
Zygarde is in Gen 6.
No, yeah, it does remind me a lot of Terminal Cave.
Except it's not, it's not frozen or anything. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of ice usage in this film, and I
mean, that's appropriate.
I
for
mean,
the Ice Dragon.
it's appropriate, but God,
Very appropriate.
I guess we need the biggest question of this film that we've yet to answer is how did Iris survive being frozen in a blimp? That's my concern. And then still fly the bitch.
Well, he coasted.
Strength.
Okay. Well, first off,
Yeah, because our weakness is ice. So
Well, the other thing is, remember, she was driving, she was flying like a dirigible or a freaking blimp,
yeah,
So you don't. So it's not like an airplane where if the wings freeze, you're fucked.
yeah.
So you could technically coast the blimp down to the ground, even if you don't have propeller.
Even though for some reason Silent saw her and said, "Hey, over here," not noticing the fucking ice on the blimp still, and you're like, I don't know how you think I'm gonna pick you up. How the hell is this gonna work?
You could still steer it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's gonna.
It's gonna get awkward. That's all.
Yeah, he's got to run and jump for the blimp and shit, and you threaten his life. You could fall on some trees or something. I don't be taking these kind of risks in the middle of the night. That's the other thing. This is one of those films, it's also weird. This film the majority of this film takes place at night. It's just like this weird night ride.
And it's like nobody else is in that city.
Yeah, you're right. It's like the city. It's like the citizens in Station Square. They fucking zipped out of the city once they saw giant dragon
and also like the subway station was just abandoned in subway tunnels, and you have. I love the scene where Dent and Keldeo is like, Dent is saying, "Oh, I don't have a key to open this." And it's like Keldeo's like, "Move over, I got this."
Also, I know. Thanks for the follow, cuz. All right, go ahead.
Another thing I also want to talk about is, by far, my favorite thing about this film: the animation.
Yes.
I love the animation.
It's so good.
There's also so many fights in this film.
The Keldeo versus Kyurem fight at the end, when he's just maneuvering through all the ice pillars, using double team,
that's my suspicion for why this thing's an hour. Because they did so much animation for fights, they were like, can we just cut this down by 30 minutes?
No, because we forgot to mention at the beginning that this is the first movie since movie 6 with a freaking short.
Wait, is it?
Yes.
Like a Pikachu short.
Yeah, Meloetta. The Meloetta short.
Oh God, yeah, it would be.
Yes.
I don't remember watching it though, unfortunately.
It's actually good. It's actually decent.
It's been a while. I mean, I tend to like the majority.
Also has one of the best ending songs. Yeah.
Well, Meloetta is song focused.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised Meloetta doesn't show up in the movies at all.
Because it's already doing its best wishes thing.
I know. Yeah, although they do say it in the dub when they buy those Dharmaka lunch boxes. Love that.
Yeah, love that was in Japanese. That was not in Japanese.
Oh, it wasn't?
Nope.
Really? I am surprised.
Not even mentioned.
Why did they bring it up? Was that like a callback? Because
wait, what happened?
In the dub, the lady when they leave says "best wishes," and every time I heard it,
"best wishes," yeah.
But when I hear it in black and white, I always assume that it's because it's said in the Japanese version because that's the name of the series.
It was.
But it's also said in the dub.
I thought you were saying like Meloetta was mentioned.
No. Sorry. Yeah, that was my fault then. No, I was okay. So
best wishes, yeah. Best wishes, yeah. Of course, that's the greeting.
Yeah. I just listen. We lost ourselves in translation. It's all right. All right. I make mistakes sometimes. It's cool.
You're supposed to be perfect. Damn it.
Who told you that? Haven't you seen that Courage the Cowardly Dog episode? No one is perfect.
There was another scene. There was another scene that had the CG that really stood out to me, and that was you see Kyurem approaching Dent when he's in the maintenance away vehicle, and you see the CG, the 3D CG like maintenance away vehicle, and you zoom in, and then you see like 2D, you know, through the windshield, and I love that.
Is that when he shatters the windshield?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, but you see, but in the scene before that. When they zoom into there, you see the CG maintenance away vehicle, and then you have like flat, like 2D, and I like that. That was a cool effect.
Right,
that was pretty cool.
I can appreciate the subtle
also
touches.
Similar to that too.
Yeah,
like with CG.
I think so. Yeah. When they were floating.
Mm-hmm. Because I can sure as hell know they wouldn't animate all that.
Float down here.
All right,
damn, though, I think the animation in this film is probably one of the best.
It's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's absolutely phenomenal.
It's beautiful to look at, for sure.
Exactly. I still if I was to just think about favorite moments from this film, it would be the scene when they're in the ice, and the moment when Keldeo is in the city with Ash, and they're like just flying through the air while Keldeo's just launching water out of his
there's a lot of cool action set pieces here.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. They're so creative. They're not even something,
and some of them aren't even fights. It's just act like I said, the even Boldor gliding through the ice. The shit doesn't even look like it should be that cool, but the way they animated it, I was like, oh shit.
Which is good. I never thought Boldor would actually have an important scene.
But he's used like twice in this film.
That's what happens when you
recognize in the most creative ways. That's the best part.
I think this is also
right. Yeah, because he's riding. Yeah, because the first scene you have him riding. You have Satsuki riding on top of him.
And you know what? Also, I was happy about that you had Dent use his Pokemon. And I didn't see Pansage immediately. Fucking
they normally shoot the Pansage really quickly.
I think the only person who gets kind of shot down in that sense is Iris. Because you only, I mean, in the beginning you do see Emolga. I don't think you ever see Excadrill.
You would think I think Dragonite does show up though.
No, when?
No.
Wait, no. This is before. Is this before she got it?
Yeah, this is before she got it. So all she had was Emolga, Excadrill, Axew. And...
Wait, so it can't be after the Pokemon World Tournament because
no, it's before the Meloetta stuff. I think.
Okay, so it has to be before
I think it's
the World
after
Tournament.
No, wait. Yeah, it's before all that stuff. For some reason, I thought the Meloetta...
Remember, the context is we have to go about early 2012 here.
I was thinking the Meloetta arc in the anime finished, but they never did the tournament arc. That's what I was thinking. Okay. But I don't think it was the reverse.
She has to have Dragonite during the tournament, so it has to be before the tournament.
Or she just didn't use it because we also didn't see Excadrill either, and we know we knew she had it.
Well, it's sad when her Dragonite shows up. Excadrill's screen time just sort of got shot.
Well, to be fair, they had
so much of that arc.
For some reason, every girl seems to have one Pokemon that doesn't listen to them. It happened with Dawn. It happened with May for a little while. It happened with Misty.
It's always happening with Misty.
Misty just has bad fucking luck.
Yeah.
But Psyduck is still
it's not that her Pokemon don't listen to her. I think Psyduck just shows up and ate the screen time of all of her Pokemon.
Well, that's why we didn't know that a goldfish and a fucking starfish was anything relevant. Because it wasn't. Because fuck those starfish.
I think the biggest thing is, and I'm going off on a tangent, it's because they want to show Pokemon on the screen that have personality. Staryu and Starmie don't really have personality.
Staryu had personality. Starmie did not.
No, it didn't. What was Staryu's personality? What was it?
It's the fighter. It's the
man.
Fighter.
Get out of here.
The weird part is that Misty Staryu had way more fighting screen time than Starmie, which is sad because Starmie.
Oh yeah, they also. Oh yeah, Cuz also mentions this, the horsey.
Yeah. Starmie is like, you would think Starmie is stronger because it's the evolution, but
why did she have both anyway?
Fights. To just show off that she's a water Pokemon trainer.
She's not good.
The thing is though, remember
she's not.
they give the trainers the Pokemon so that they can sell merchandise. If you have a Pokemon that has a personality,
so that's why we saw Geodude more than Onix.
Yes.
Geodude.
I just thought it was because of animation.
Well,
no.
that too. Well, it's harder to animate
too.
Onix than it is Geodude.
Well, that's the point I'm making. That's what I thought. That's I thought we saw Geodude more.
But the thing is, though, you gotta remember, you gotta sell toys. You gotta sell. Remember, Pokemon is the buy our toys anime.
Well, I mean, true.
Terrell, I think that also drives into what you were talking about when you said Silent didn't immediately go to Pansage, because Pansage gets most of the screen time, because out of all of his Pokemon, Pansage is the most, like, that would be the one people would want plushies for.
Yeah, I think
nobody wants a damn Stunfisk plushie.
To be fair, we all kind of dropped our jaws when we found out he caught one of those in the first place.
That's
racist. Stunfisk is already kind of a weird choice in general.
Yeah.
Wait, what's racist?
What's racist?
What?
You're not liking Stunfisk. It's ground and electric.
He's not a race.
Yeah.
That's a species. I'm speciesist.
Racist.
Although I like Crustle more. It's like I wish Crustle got more screen time.
He does in the anime.
Oh, yeah. I love Crustle's Japanese name because that's literally what it is. Iwa Palace or Rock Palace. That is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm trying to remember. Is Dwebbo its pre-evolution's English or Japanese name?
That's the English name.
What's his Japanese name?
The Japanese name was.
If you remember.
Well, I could just look up in 2 seconds. It's not
Did Emolga have her shit together in this one?
Say what?
Emolga, Iris.
Yeah, you see it in the film.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
No, I'm saying, did it have its shit together, or is it still using Volt Switch randomly?
In the movie, or you mean in the anime at this point?
In the movie.
Yeah.
Or in the anime at this point too, I guess.
In the anime, it was fine.
Ishizumai.
Oh, that's what it is.
Ishizumai.
No, Emolga got its shit together pretty. I think it was the episode where it and Snivy had to work together.
Yeah.
Is when it got its shit together. That's already passed. So in the anime, it's already had its shit together. And in the movie, it doesn't. You only see it in the beginning. You don't see it after the beginning.
Right.
Because Emolga's flying around and Mother Snivy, which Snivy, God, I still think that's one of the more unappreciated Ash team Pokemon.
God, Snivy's great.
Fucking love Snivy. That's besides the point. What else do we need to cover with the film? Because we kind of went on a tangent.
I like that they showed us Keldeo training with Terrakion, Virizion, and Cobalion.
It's a way of giving characters who aren't inherently important character for the film.
Yes.
But it also develops Keldeo at the same time.
I think though this is probably the best film in probably like maybe several films that the flow of the movie is actually consistent and enjoyable and not a sleeper. And they didn't have any filler. Freaking film. They didn't add any sort of scenes that were like, let's hit a Pokemon in the head with something and it's funny. No, they were
let's have Pokemon play around for like 12 unnecessary.
I mean they do it, but they do it at the beginning of the film.
And also,
remember when they're running through the train and everything?
Keldeo's character, though.
It's so quick, though.
Wait, what did you say, KG?
I'm saying, I think they do it at least for certain parts of the film just to kind of get into Keldeo's character. Because I remember there was a scene when they went to sit down in the park to actually eat with Keldeo. And I believe both Satoshi and Keldeo choked at their sandwich.
Oh, yeah, but that wasn't... Yeah, that's...
No, but I'm saying that kind of just showed off a little bit of... Keldeo's character and tried to get them to connect with one another.
Right, and that actually did character development, unlike the other ones where they were just freaking side shit.
It's that's what I'm saying. Like nothing feels like it's not needed. Everything has something that adds to the flow of the film.
I very much believe in like scenes. I don't believe in a scene where that drags on, where continuous characters are doing nothing in the background. But I do like a scene where where there's progression while there's play in the back. Like a perfect example of this, and I know it's gonna sound very obscure, but I remember that episode where Ash, Misty, and Brock are in Dark City, and that they're discussing how to stop the two gyms from fighting each other. While they're making that discussion, Pikachu's playing with the ketchup. And I always think that that's a perfect example of how to move the plot along and still bring the world to life.
Well, actually, that would be a distraction for young kids because they're trying to do that nowadays.
I like how TSS was in the back with the gun, like, wait for it. I'm gonna shoot this argument. I'm about to shoot that argument down. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Well,
bang!
He agreed with me, and then he's also saying like best with the sun and moon kind of.
He shook your hand while kicking you in the shin. That's essentially what happened.
But and that's what this movie moves the plot along, but still notifies the audience of, hey, these are still Pokemon. They still do what Pokemon do. The world's still alive, and these characters have personality. So I do like that. I like how, like you guys said, not a moment's wasted, but at the same time, there's still like do nothing shit happening in the background.
So this kind of gets to the end because there's a question I want to ask. Because I remember when I first watched this film, I was like, this is so good. It's comparable to like the old school films in terms of quality.
Yeah.
And my question is more so, it's hard because essentially I'm asking you to rate this film next to your favorite of the Pokemon films.
Oh, that's easy.
And I feel like, I know we said we weren't going to do this. Well, we're not going to do the full comprehensive list until fucking after we caught up.
Yeah.
But for all intents and purposes, I'm curious, do you agree with that statement that it's pretty, I guess, you know what? Answer this question as you give your ratings. And so we'll do it like that. And I'll let TSS go first.
Okay, I will give this film 8 1/4, 8.25.
Swag.
Yeah, so the length of the film I think is perfect, 71 minutes. Music was great, the ending was not. As for a basic film, it's fantastic. Pretty much you can say that every single scene felt necessary. I don't think there was any scene that have wasted time. The progression with Keldeo's story, and also we didn't get to talk about Shokotan, but I'm going to talk about Shokotan now.
Go ahead, go for it.
So Shoko Nakagawa, or Shokotan as I like to call her.
Shokotan.
So I think her performance as Keldeo here was better because because she made Keldeo sound like this little Pokemon kid, like young like Pokemon, right? Like very ambitious, had a lot of passion into her performance, and I think that's what made the film for me. Just to see the arrogance at the very beginning, and then the like, oh shit, regret, I shouldn't have done this. And then especially on the scenes where where it had this anxiety, just the emotive force and the way Shokotan delivered her lines makes it very very powerful, and that's what I remember most about the film, just her performance. BGM great, CG fantastic, train stuff, a lot of the other scenes with the Pokemon, and then the interaction between the 2D and the 3D stuff, the ice pillars. I love that. I love when that happens, when Kyurem gets the ice pillars together. Everybody in the movie actually did something, so there weren't any wasted characters. Although at the beginning was just a cameo character, but that's fine. And also the Rockets don't do jack shit. You see Musashi go out of like the train station, like you just see them in the background, and that's fine. and to have them not interfere at all, that makes it a great movie. Now, the only reason why I'm giving it an 8.25 is because as much as there are majestic moments, that there really aren't any moments that would stack up to the early films in terms of the action sequences. I mean, the final fight was really good. It's almost at that level, but not quite. And the ending is fine. The ending theme is fine, but I don't remember it much. Actually, I totally forgot it existed. So, it's an okay song, but I don't remember it. I mean, I remember I watched this 7 years ago, when it came out, a couple of times, and I still didn't remember it didn't have a song at the ending song that's memorable. Yajiru Shininate, or Be an Arrow, different orchestration for this film. So, and it sounded great. I think though it's the same Rika vocals. However, I gotta double check that. But overall, still watch the movie. It's still better than Victini, because it just feels a hell of a lot easier. It's a lot easier pill to swallow to watch than Victini. Victini, sometimes you have it drags on a little bit, but for Keldeo, it's a great movie if you just have like an hour and a half to just sit down and watch something great, and I would recommend it wholeheartedly. And also watch the short, because the short is really good too, very fun, especially when you see some of the stuff and the nice CG that goes with that as well, and the ending theme, Mite Mite Kochichi. So yeah, 8.25.
Chi-Chi.
Next.
Oh, it reminds me of Zashman when I heard Chi-Chi. I think of the Folgore song. Chi Chi Chi.
Oh goodness.
Boing boing boing. All right, it's random reference. Don't worry about it. Tyrone.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a solid 8. It's a good movie. It's a good time. I love character development. I've always stated that in a lot of movies that I watch. I like when the characters in anything, in any form of fiction, come out better than when they came in. This movie does not waste time with other characters that are unnecessary. It doesn't even waste time with our heroes sometimes. I mean, everybody does their thing. It's one of the things I liked about Pokemon Movie 3 was like when Misty and Brock actually took the time to battle Molly so that Ash can move forward and fight Molly upstairs against Entei.
That's what it reminds me a lot of.
I had those vibes when I saw Iris and Silent fight Kyurem. I'm like, this is cool. I like that they're being a diversion for Kyurem so that Keldeo and Ash can get to where they need to go. I like that. I like the idea that Keldeo, while he's traveling with Ash and the others, is referring to his moments with Cobalion, Virizion, and Terrakion to give him the strength to, fight Kyurem again. I like that Ash is motivating Keldeo as well. I like that Kyurem teaches Keldeo something, which splits him to more than just an antagonist. Just because a character is an antagonist doesn't necessarily mean they're a villain or they're evil. It had nothing to do with good or evil. It had more or less something to do with Kyurem being a character that guides the protagonist. He just happens to be the conflict as well. And I like that. I love how the villain supports the character in a very straightforward way. There's plenty of different ways that you can support a main character, and Kyurem takes a leap that I'm not sure many Pokemon characters do. So Keldeo came out being a better character, not just from Virizion, Terrakion, Cobalion, Ash, but also Kyurem himself. So a movie that can do that is very good in my book. Only receives an 8 and not a 10 because I like the fact that this movie's short, but that does also cut some of the potential I think this had. Like, I feel like if it did have more time, I feel like this is the movie I know it could have used that time usefully. Other movies, if they have, some movies I feel have too much time and they don't use it usefully. I feel like this movie uses it. Right. Exactly. I feel like this movie uses its time very well, and even if it was given more time, it could use it in a way that wouldn't frustrate me. So it's kind of sad to see it cut short, but good solid 8 movie. Good movie. I like it. I highly recommend watching it.
Okay. Richie.
You know what?
What, Richie? What?
In case people have ever watched the reviews, you would know that anytime that it was brought up as like a side little topic, you know, I'd say best movie. And now some people might think, oh, because, you're gonna give it 10 out.
Because best wishes, right? Best movie because best wishes.
Oh Lord! Stop!
I'm a comedian.
Let Richie go on his thing because we're gonna be here, so let him do it.
I mean, we're gonna be here regardless.
That's gonna be on your permanent record. But
I don't like how he treats me like I'm his kid. I'm getting sick of this shit. All right. Respect me.
All right. Anyways, the point, my rating, is a little high compared to the others, but I'm cool with it. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. And the reason why I give it a 9 out of 10 is because it's definitely my favorite movie of the franchise up till this point. Will that change? We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But to explain why, I like the fact that they're once again going back to actually having side characters useful in this movie. I felt like the last time we really had that, at least in my opinion, anyways, was the Entei movie. I felt like that was the last time where the side characters weren't just in the background while Ash is taking care of all of the main stuff. Which actually, as a matter of fact, I mean, he does that a little bit here, but it's not like he's not like hogging the spotlight. Like the other characters get to shine with their own moments, and I like that. I like that this movie remembers that there's actually side characters in the trio. The CG was beautiful. The music wasn't too special, but I did like certain themes from it. Like there's probably like 4 or 5 tracks I actually listen to on a daily basis. But it's a pretty decent soundtrack. The whole concept about teamwork and the fact that this movie gets to the point I really like about it, because I felt like some of the other movies sometimes take forever just to get to the point. Diamond and Pearl. So
which one?
all of them. Well, mainly the first 3, but that's besides the point.
The majority.
Yeah, majority. So I don't know. I just like that it gets to the point. Like it doesn't beat around the bush. It doesn't try to hide. It just tells you straight up of what's basically going on. And actually, speaking of what's going on, some people may look at this and it's like, I like the whole, the rescue the world type of scenario. The type of movies that we're used to back from Diamond and Pearl. But I don't know. I kind of like the fact that we're not too reliant on that, especially in Best Wishes. Movie 14 was not too threatening in that aspect. Movie 15, you could say maybe it turns to freezing an entire city. Maybe that's in danger. But I just like the fact that this movie doesn't rely too much on that. Because you could definitely make a great Pokemon movie without having to hamper on the concept. So basically 9 out of 10. Loved the movie. Loved the plot. Keldeo's probably one of my favorite in terms of how the movie dissected the character. And I think it's been a while since I've said that for a mythical. If there's one negative I do want to point out, or something I wish could have been better, probably the movie length. But I'm not too picky about it. I mean, it gets to the point. I feel satisfied with the movie so that even if they do add 30 or 40 extra minutes onto it, I don't feel like it would have changed my opinion a whole lot, because I really do enjoyed the movie for what it was. So if you see it on your local TV guide, I say watch it. It's actually a fun movie. So go watch it.
KG.
I absolutely adored this film. This was one of my favorite films, and in fact, I will probably put it way up on the list. I'll tell you that when we get to that moment. But I think it was until we got into Generation 7 where I had a lot of fun with a film like this. As mentioned by all these guys here, The pacing was great. There was no slowdowns anywhere within the film. Everything went straight to the point. Character developments were brought up and utilized to their best potential with the time they had. The characters have actually been placed as like side characters in this film. Like the main characters feel like the side characters this time around, and I think that really worked well because this wasn't their movie. This was Keldeo's movie. This was Keldeo's development. So having them be in the background and just being the ones to help push Keldeo to get the development that it needs, I thought was really great. The music within this film is phenomenal. I absolutely love a lot of the songs from this film. Like I mentioned before, the ominous music that plays when they're being chased by Kyurem in the city, to the finale when they're having the duel between Keldeo and Kyurem, all really well executed. And yeah, I just had a lot of fun times with this one, and I hope that future films can look back at this one and be like, we should try replicating something like this again with another film, except of course extended. And I think they might have done that just recently, actually. Now, aside from that, though, I do agree with everybody that the film could have been longer. But I'll take what I can get because sometimes longer isn't always better. And they could have accidentally made a whoops somewhere in between, so that would have completely ruined the pacing of this film. So I'm happy with what we got. I'm happy with what we were given. The short, well, we never really talked about the short, I guess. So the short was also really cute too. Meloetta is a nice Pokemon, and yeah, that's all I could say about it. I don't really remember much from the short. I think there was just a bunch of starter Pokemons roaming around the area, so there you go.
Trying to get some notes.
Yeah. Well, no, there really isn't anything special.
Pull out the notepad, y'all. I don't.
Right,
I didn't know there was.
Oh yeah, there is something that I wanted to bring up. Hey, look, I didn't actually bring this up. It's in the notepad. Now the other thing I also wanted to, yeah, I know it's kind of weird, but the other thing I also wanted to talk about with this film is the fact that this was the 15th film, if I'm correct, being the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
There is something exclusive with the Japanese version of the film that's not in
the dub for that, by the way.
The dub, and it's probably one of my favorite things. It has nothing to do with the film. It's just the beginning part when they just showcase all the films, and it just turns into the 15.
Also, it was the 90th anniversary of Shogakukan.
So it all just, I guess all worked well for them at their part.
Yeah.
So, that was one of the things I loved about the way they celebrated the 15th anniversary by just having all the films create 15. So that was a little tidbit I just wanted to bring up. So thank you for reminding me about the notepad. But yeah, aside from that, that's all I can say about the film. My rating, I would give it a 9. And nice. I already explained my reasons for it, so there you go.
Okay, and I guess I will round this off with my thoughts and opinions. Because it's why you do this, TSS?
I'm doing this because I remember I gave, if I remember correctly, I gave the Zoroark movie 8.75. I'm gonna bump it up to an 8.5.
Cool.
You know the irony of that one though? That's what I give it, is 8.5. It's one of those films that I think objectively you cannot. There's nothing wrong with this film. Like it's one of those films that you go in and you're like, it did exactly what it wanted to do. It did it concisely, and it did it with beautiful animation and great character development. They used the cast they had, and they did not have any bull in it, and it's weird. Like, it's one of those films that if I had to rate modern Pokemon films, it's definitely rating really high. And if it's not in top 5 in general, it's definitely going to be an honorable mention, God damn it. It's one of those films that just cuts out kind of the bull. I mean, it's a nice change of pace. Like, I think the movie sticks out more because the other films are stuck in kind of the same kind of way of doing things. Like the reason why, like, people always want to say and ask why a lot of people prefer the older films is because the older films had some variation in their plots versus the modern films that turned into kind of the same general idea and plot structure. This film is very cut and dry, and it also, and I give this film a lot of props for its ending. I think the ending to that fight with Kyurem is one of the best subversions I've had in a while with Pokemon, and I remember seeing that, and I was just kind of like, all right, okay, that's good shit. Damn it, it's good, so good. The main thing it suffers from is it never really hit. I've been sitting and thinking about it. I think the reason why I don't hold this film as high as I want to isn't really because of something the film has done. It's the result of the time it came out. Like, I feel like if this film was like one of the first Pokemon films, like if it was movie 4 or something, I probably would rate it higher than I am now. And I don't know if that's fair. I also think that's because of the version of Ash they're using.
Well, yeah,
I think if it was, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's mostly because movies themselves, while the movie, we judge the movie on its merits and stuff, there's other things to take into consideration. Just the treatment of how the movie is in comparison to where to what time placement, like you just said earlier. Pokemon, the first movie, isn't the greatest of the Pokemon movies by any means. However, the hype that came around Pokemon, the first movie, the merchandise that sold around it, it made the Pokemon movie. The fact that 90s celebrities were singing music in it, the fact that like Burger King had a deal where they sold like 100 freaking toys with Pokeballs included and golden freaking cards inside the giant Pokeballs, meaning they had a second toy deal with them. They had another card collectible thing where it was like, you know, these cards that had like the movie and then like summaries and stuff like that. Yeah. The fact that they were able to merchandise it that much, and unfortunately, while the Kyurem movie is really good, it was there in an era where nobody in America really like cared about Pokemon to a large degree like that anymore. It didn't get the marketing that Pokemon the first movie got, and that kind of hurts it.
True.
Because in American eyes, it's just, oh, it's another Pokemon movie. Whereas I'm sure Japan probably did something for it, but just the way they didn't do as much.
I think what they had back in the day was they had Kyurem distribution, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay, yeah, but they didn't like.
I could look at it.
They didn't have. First of all, this movie wasn't in theaters. So that already tells you something.
Yeah, it's a result of when it came out, not because of what it is. Right.
So maybe that's probably what you were thinking, Terrell, like in terms of treatment.
I also think it's also because I think the version of Ash I'm dealing with. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the older movie's interpretation of Ash is so fucking good that it bums you out when you see him.
I watched the Japanese version of this movie, but I remember the dub version when it came out.
And
he
wasn't terrible in this film by any means in the dub.
Yeah.
It's just old school Ash has his flair. Like I can't really describe it.
Yeah, I remember when the movie starts, Ash gets some like lunch boxes, the Doramaka boxes, and he just the way he is happy about it was so cringeworthy to me because it felt like a kid's commercial.
Well, in a way, it kind of is.
He's like, Doramaka boxes. They got great food in such a small box or something. Like, it's something that very like, it kind of set the mood for me. Unfortunately, for the rest of the movie, it's like, oh Jesus Christ.
And like I said, it's not really the film's fault.
All right,
he's just the result of the times.
I have the answer for the what they did for the movie in Japan. They had Keldeo and Meloetta.
Oh.
Distribution.
Okay. Yeah, for video game. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, and honestly, that could be a fucking discussion in its own right. Just comparing old school Ash, because I think literally after Gen 3, it does not feel like the same Ash for me. But that's me personally.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not really the movie's fault because it came out and that was the version of Ash they used. It's like how you can make the argument.
Like,
Go ahead.
I feel like old school Ash would be going off on Keldeo, like Kyurem challenged you to a fight, and you're just gonna run away, like you be giving him shit.
Yeah, pretty much how the way he acted in movie 8, actually.
Yeah, with Lucario.
Yeah, that's what I. And it's not like and like I said, I don't hate the approach they go for with him here. It just kind of, I don't know. It's just the result of the times in my personal fandom. So that's why it doesn't hit me in the same way as like some of the older films do. But that's just me. But yeah, that's what I give it. There's a lot of chat going on in the conversation.
Yeah, it's blowing up.
With a lot of conversation between various versions of Ash. I did see some reckless statements, like people saying, "Why the hell did I have 1 point show up on my fucking screen? I must have got a notification. I don't know the hell that was."
Yeah, it was. I think it was either sub or not a sub, but
no,
a
so I would have gave me a different notification. I would the hell that is. It's fine. It's fine. I'll check my notifications in a second.
So on the note, actually, in terms of the distribution Pokemon that was given out in Japan, the Keldeo that was distributed had a hasty nature, and it had an original trainer of Shokotan, which makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. And then the other, and then the Meloetta, the original trainer is Eigakan, or movie theater. So that's the way it is. But you'll see the stats, but at least the Pokemon distribution was actually not that bad. Okay. If you come in there with Black 2 and White 2, you get Pokemon.
Oh, nice.
Huh.
Also, one of the best looking mascots of that era.
That's personal opinion. I'm just gonna casually mention this because some people were talking about some of their favorite films, because obviously we haven't streamed every one of our reviews. I heard someone say they like the Giratina film. Don't watch our review for the Giratina film. If you like the Giratina film, don't watch the fucking review.
Watch the Giratina film again, and then let's see what your opinion is.
Because we got kind of reckless, and just for people who are curious, we'll probably rate the 3 black and white films at the end of next review, which is the Genesect.
The final,
This will be interesting because I've never seen this one. I've never seen this film.
I haven't seen the film either. Nope.
So I'm very curious how this is gonna go, which means. And side note, it will not be next week because we need TSS here, and TSS won't be here, so we have to wait until he gets back.
I won't be here either.
That's fine. That's why we're not doing it next week.
It's Avengers week, goddammit.
Oh, oh shit! I forgot. Well, we couldn't have done it anyway. That's besides the point. We probably would have done it the week after. Tyrone.
No, I won't be there next week.
I know. No, what?
We already know that.
Tyrone,
no, the week after. He said the week after. I won't be there either.
Why?
Con.
What con?
Anime STL. Yes.
Oh, that.
That's
damn it!
3rd.
Oh, God. So we're not going to do the next review until, like, May, yo?
You guys have done one without me before.
No, not really.
I mean, we've only... What was that one?
Yes, you have. You did the dark one without me.
No, the darker eye one, because I didn't think it was that important.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
But you can't... Listen, with your opinion on Genesect, I'm very...
You see, this is the film that everyone needs to be in.
I'm just curious. I'm legit curious, because I haven't seen the Genesect film.
You know what's the worst part about all this?
And somebody...
watch that shit again.
Hans? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So wait. Tyrone seen it, KG seen it, and Reggie seen it?
Yep.
It's bad.
Like how bad?
I would say it is either equal to or probably second place to the Hoopa movie.
Yeah.
That didn't help me because Hoopa movie.
Oh God.
Well, good luck with that, buddy. I'm not.
Okay, wait. To give me a frame, do you think the Hoopa movie is worse than the Giratina film?
I want you to know that the Hoopa movie's in last place in terms of rank.
Yes.
Okay, so
that movie's awful.
Okay, so you would put the Giratina film over the Hoopa film?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I would put this movie probably in between.
Oh shit!
So 9th place.
No.
We're getting into some shit no matter what you do.
I'm not I don't want to add anything that might ruin your experience. Just go into the film, watch it.
I was already concerned when I saw previews for the film because it showed Mega Mewtwo Y and Genesect, and I was already like, I don't want to deal with Mewtwo again. I already don't like Mewtwo.
You know how we really like. Yeah, we know how we really liked this movie, and Kyurem randomly has his form changes to show off the whole form changes thing. At least in this movie, I'll let it pass because it makes sense because it's part of his anatomy. The next movie does some shit that irritates me. So,
Tyrone, by that logic, we need you here to discuss it because me and TSS are gonna
figure it out.
We always gotta figure shit. We always gotta figure shit out.
So the next time on the reviews, we're gonna have Gekijoban Pocket Monster Best Issue. Shit, you see that?
Look what this movie's doing to you.
This movie fucks me up because it's Gekijoban Pocket Monster Best Issue. Shinsoku no Genesecto, Mewtwo Kakse, or Pocket Monsters.
Kakse?
Kakse.
Oh,
that's how you pronounce it, guys. And it's gonna be a cock in 5 minutes. Pocket Monsters Best Wishes, the theatrical presentation, Extreme Speed Genesect, the Awakening of Mewtwo. That's what's gonna be next time.
I don't even know what it's called in English because
I can't remember either.
No, I mean like I mean like the dub. The dub.
That's what it is. Genesect and the Legend Awaken.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
on the Japanese title says it's Extreme Speed.
Okay, so we got. Now remind me, we have also. This will be our last black and white, Gen 5 pretty much film.
Yep.
And then the next 3 films are all Gen 6, correct? Which
what
is.
Are you saying?
Wait,
I know we have the Hoopa, but
I would say Gen 6. Yeah, I would say Gen 6 has some good movies except for Hoopa.
Yeah.
What are the other 2?
None of you guys have
Volcanion. What's the other one?
Diancie
and Volcanion, which I know some of you don't have not watched yet for some reason, and I think that's the best film in a long. No, I said some, not all.
Yeah, I was saying I watched it.
Wait, listen. I kind of felt. Listen, I think was this. Yeah, this was the last film I watched. The last film I watched, and when it came out.
Get ready.
So I haven't seen the other ones after this, which is what 5 films I've missed currently.
Wow, you're missing a lot.
Because the 26th, I mean, because the 22nd one hasn't come out yet, right?
Yeah.
No, it has not.
Oh man, you're gonna end off on a high note.
Oh, I'm so angry. I'm so fucking angry. That's what we're gonna end with. Is a remake of the damn first film.
It's kind of poetic. We end where we started.
But I hated the first film. Remember?
But don't watch it.
All right.
He has to for the review, Richie.
I know, but
I'm actually looking.
Terrell missed out big time, with movie 21.
I guess the good news is that since you guys hate Hoopa, we'll do Genesect. We'll get a break with Diancie, and then we'll go right back to Hoopa, and then we'll do Volcanion, and then we got to do.
We'll get right back into it with movie 20.
And then I gotta watch I Choose You. I'd rather just skip to Power of Us, to be honest with you, because I didn't even fucking watch.
You are missing out, man, and I hope you hold on to it until we get to that.
That's more
point.
worth.
Oh no, I am. I'm actively avoiding the film.
I really want to hear your true.
I'm not watching that film until like the week of our review.
Yeah,
which means no one better fucking cancel. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
That being said,
time to go.
Yeah.
Take us out, Terrell.
Jesus Christ. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out with us in the live stream. Appreciate the support and the love. We're gonna try to keep doing these. We've covered. When the hell did we start these, Tyrone? I started doing these. What was that? Mid last year?
Last year?
It was last year, but I don't think it was like mid last year. We
were doing it in the summertime.
Were we? Oh, look, you know what I can do? I could just go check to see.
That's what I'm doing now.
The fucking
wasn't your first film taken down by the show?
No, I got it back, but it took me
It
took me until November of last year to get it.
So it had to be in the summer then too, because
let's see.
Otherwise,
I'm just curious Because now I want to know. Everyone's saying
It's
buy
your
in advance.
Skip-O-Matic channel, right?
Yeah, I'm scrolling down. Where are we? The first movie, August.
Told you.
August of last. Yeah, okay, so we're coming up to like where it started.
Hey, look, we started at the month when the film would have aired in Japan. Well, after the month,
July.
I mean.
Yeah.
No, it's after. So it would have made more sense. Like it took us a month to actually start it.
So
August is another hint, by the way. Next time we'll find out. So.
TSS out here throwing them hints here.
It probably won't come up. You probably won't actually say it until the Pokepod, I'm assuming, next week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's fine. Also, Orion, send me the link to the Japanese films. I appreciate it in advance, because I might do that for Genesect, just to get myself used to the Japanese again. Anyways, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it. The next time won't be in the next week or two because we have things to do. Some of us do. So the next probably be like, I want to say 3. I don't want to say 3 weeks from now. It just bums me out, yo. But it might be about 3 weeks from now. You'll get movie 16.
16, yeah.
Yeah, 16.
16.
And with all these things said, it's been the Insane Game Freak. Loves a game, play to win, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.
Mewtwo, Kakse.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Mewtwo dick.
Wow.
No.
What was that? Jesus Christ. Hey guys, guess what? I got banned on Twitch. What happened? Fucking Tyron's over here saying dick. Dicks again? Is all? Hey, who started it? Who started it, Tyron?
Good point.
You know,
TSS, because he said
Kakuse.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah, we're definitely gone.
good night, everybody.
I'm messing with you.
Good night, everybody.
I'm not.
Bye-bye.
Bye.